This video is about the driver couldn't pay the bill, but the billionaire gave her a school. If this story inspires you, please like the video, share it with loved ones, and write in the comments how it touched your heart. In a bustling city where dreams collided with harsh realities, Janelle Thompson drove her old sedan through the streets, the radio softly humming a tune of hope. Each morning, she navigated the traffic with a determined spirit, but the weight of her financial burdens often loomed large. As a single mother of two, her dreams of providing a better life for her children felt like distant stars just beyond her grasp. The past year had been especially tough. After losing her job at a local warehouse due to cutbacks, Janelle took on multiple driving gigs to make ends meet. Some days, she rented her car out to friends, while other days, she worked for rideshare apps. Her world revolved around the constant hum of the engine and the promise of a paycheck, however meager it might be. "Mommy, can we have pizza tonight?" her daughter, Mia, asked one evening, her wide eyes sparkling with hope. "I'll see what I can do, sweetheart," Janelle replied, forcing a smile. The truth was she hadn't yet figured out how to pay for groceries, let alone pizza. As dusk painted the sky a soft lilac, Janelle parked her car near a fancy restaurant where her next passenger awaited. She adjusted her rearview mirror, taking a moment to steady her thoughts. Tonight would be different, she told herself. She felt the tension in her shoulders ease as she took a deep breath. The passenger was a distinguished man, dressed in an expensive suit. His name was Elliot Sinclair, a billionaire whose name often graced headlines. As he climbed into the back seat, Janelle's heart raced, not from nerves, but from a flicker of excitement. Maybe the ride would lead to a generous tip. "Good evening," Elliot said, his voice smooth and calm. "Good evening, sir. Where to?" she asked, glancing at him through the mirror. "Just downtown, please," he replied, settling into his seat. As they drove, Janelle noticed how he gazed out the window, transfixed by the city's lights. She couldn't help but admire his poise, a man so successful yet so grounded. "Do you like driving?" he asked, breaking the silence. "It is not glamorous, but it gets me by," Janelle admitted, her honesty spilling out. "I am just trying to make enough for my kids. It can be tough sometimes." Elliot turned his gaze toward her, and for the first time, she felt seen. "I can imagine. What do you dream of doing?" Janelle hesitated, her heart aching with the weight of her own ambitions. "I dream of opening a community school. There are so many kids in this neighborhood who need better opportunities." "Passion for education?" he mused. "That is impressive." "It is just. I don't know how to get started. I can barely pay my bills, let alone fund this school." Elliot smiled softly. "Sometimes dreams seem impossible until they're not." The conversation flowed naturally between them, a spark igniting as they discussed education, resilience, and the beauty of second chances. As they approached their destination, Janelle felt lighter, as if a burden had been lifted. "Here we are," she said, pulling over. As Elliot reached for his wallet, Janelle's heart sank. "Sir, I hope this isn't too much trouble, but can you let me know the fare?" Gazing at her through the mirror, he paused. "What is the matter?" "I don't have enough to pay the bill," she confessed, her voice barely above a whisper. It was the first time she had admitted this vulnerability to anyone, let alone a stranger. Elliot's expression shifted from surprise to understanding. "How much do you need?" Janelle swallowed hard, feeling the weight of the world on her shoulders. "It is just $20, but..." "No buts," he interrupted, his voice firm but kind. "I'll cover it." As she turned to thank him, he raised a hand. "I want to help you, but I need to know more about you. Why a school?" Janelle's heart swelled. "I want to give kids a chance to learn, to grow. When I was young, my teacher saw potential in me. That changed everything." Intrigued by her story, Elliot leaned forward. "Tell me more." "Growing up in a low-income neighborhood, school was my escape. It is where I felt seen. I want to create that same environment for others," she explained, her eyes glistening. "But right now, I am just trying to make it day by day." After a long pause, Elliot spoke, his voice steady. "You have the spirit of a warrior, Janelle. That kind of passion deserves support." She felt a rush of emotions, hope and skepticism waging war within her. "I appreciate that, but it is hard to believe it could ever happen." Elliot's gaze softened. "Believe in yourself. I'll tell you what, I want to help you make this dream a reality." "Really? You mean that?" Janelle's voice trembled, the weight of his words enveloping her like a warm embrace. "Absolutely. Let us meet again. We can discuss your ideas further," Elliot said, pulling out his phone. He jotted down her number and smiled. You have something special, Janelle. Don't you let fear dim your light. The ride ended, but this moment lingered. As he stepped out, Elliot turned back to her. And don't you forget to dream big. You never know what could happen. Days turned into weeks, and Janelle often replayed that ride in her mind. Doubts crept in, but she clung to Elliot's words like a lifeline. She had been given a flicker of hope, and the ember began to glow brighter. She continued her driving gigs, all the while sketching plans for her dream school on napkins during her breaks. Janelle envisioned classrooms filled with laughter and learning, a sanctuary for children eager to thrive. One afternoon, while finishing a ride, Janelle received a message from Elliot. "Let us meet at the cafe downtown. I have something to share." Her heart raced as she drove to the location, anticipation mingling with a flurry of nerves. Would it be support? Funding? Or just a polite goodbye? As she entered the cafe, she spotted Elliot at a table, his expression warm. "Glad you can make it. Let us talk about your vision." Janelle sat, her mind racing. "I've been working on a plan. I want to focus on STEM education and arts, engaging the kids through creativity and critical thinking." Elliot listened intently, nodding. "These ideas are fantastic. Have you thought about a location?" "I have a few places in mind, but it's a matter of funding," she replied, biting her lip. "Let us talk numbers," he urged, and together they outlined a blueprint that brought Janelle's dream to life. With each exchanged idea, the flicker of hope transformed into a roaring flame. They discussed potential partnerships, grants, and community support, and she felt her vision take shape. "I can help you connect with local businesses for sponsorships," Elliot suggested, his enthusiasm infectious. "And I'll also put you in touch with education advocates who can guide you." Tears welled in Janelle's eyes, but she blinked them away. "You are giving me so much more than help. You are giving me belief in myself." Elliot grinned, his eyes twinkling. "You earned it. You are the one who will inspire others. Remember that." As they wrapped up their meeting, Janelle felt a weight lift from her shoulders. She had found an ally and, more importantly, had begun to reclaim her own dreams. There was no promise of an easy path ahead, but the journey had begun and she was ready to walk it with her head held high. Little did she know, the true test of her resilience was yet to come, but as her heart swelled with hope, she felt the power of the human spirit rising within her, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. As the days passed, Janelle found herself waking up with a renewed sense of purpose. Each morning, she would glance at the sketches of her envisioned school adorning her kitchen wall, filled with bright colors and the promise of change. It was more than just a building to her, it was a beacon of hope, a sanctuary for children like her own. With Elliot's encouragement still fresh in her mind, Janelle focused on her driving gigs while diligently working on her proposal. Each ride became a mini networking opportunity. She spoke with passengers about her vision, gathering ideas and insights. To her surprise, many responded positively, sharing contacts and offering small bits of advice. One sunny afternoon, while waiting for a new fair at the park, she overheard a group of parents discussing the lack of proper educational resources in their neighborhood. Janelle approached them, her heart pounding. "Excuse me," she said, taking a deep breath. "I couldn't help but overhear. I am actually planning to open a school here, and I do love your input on what the community needs." The parents paused, eyeing her with curiosity. "A school?" one of them asked, skeptical but intrigued. "Yes, I believe every child deserves a chance to learn and grow. I am focusing on STEM and the arts," Janelle explained, her voice steadying as she shared her vision. "I want to create an environment where kids feel safe and inspired." Slowly, the atmosphere transformed from skepticism to interest. They began sharing their stories, challenges they faced with overcrowded classrooms, lack of materials, and the struggle to keep their children engaged. Janelle listened, taking notes, her heart aching with every tale. "You really care," a mother named Laura eventually said, nodding in approval. "We could use someone like you in our community. How can we help?" Janelle's eyes widened. "I'd love to form a group. We could brainstorm ways to support each other and advocate for better education." At the end of that afternoon, they had exchanged numbers, and Janelle felt the swell of hope. For the first time, she saw the community come together, and the collective energy ignited something deep within her. She realized she wasn't alone in this fight, not anymore. Weeks turned into months, and Janelle's small group of parents began to flourish. They met once a week, sharing ideas, resources, and even skills. Some were artists who volunteered to teach workshops, others worked in tech and offered to provide mentorship. Janelle was amazed at the talent and determination surrounding her. Every meeting feels like a step closer, she told Elliot one afternoon, their weekly check-in over coffee. I never imagined so many people would rally around this idea. Elliot smiled, pride shining in his eyes. You're recreating more than just a school, Janelle. You're rebuilding a community, a family. That is the real change. But amidst the rising hope, challenges lurked in the shadows. As summer approached, Janelle faced mounting pressures. She had been juggling her driving gigs, parent meetings, and grant applications, but there were moments when it felt like too much. One evening, after a particularly grueling day, she collapsed onto her bed, tears streaming down her cheeks. "Mommy, are you okay?" Mia asked, peeking through the door, concern etched on her little face. Janelle forced a smile, wiping her eyes. "I am just tired, sweetie, but I'll be okay." "Can I help?" her son, Alex, chimed in, his small voice filled with eagerness. "I can clean up the living room." Janelle's heart swelled at their kindness. "How about we all bake some cookies together? That could lift our spirits." The trio spent the evening laughing and baking, the aroma of fresh cookies filling the air. In that moment, Janelle was reminded of the strength derived from love and togetherness. It reignited her resolve. She needed to keep pushing forward, not just for herself, but for them, for their future. The following week brought a breakthrough. Janelle received a call from a local community center that wanted to partner with her. "We believe in your vision, Janelle," the director said, excitement evident in her voice. "We can provide space for your programs and help with funding." Stunned, Janelle could hardly believe her ears. "Really? That's incredible. When can we start?" "Let us set up a meeting next week to go over the details," the director replied. "We were excited to make this happen." As Janelle hung up, a wave of disbelief washed over her. The dream, once so distant and fragmented, was beginning to crystallize into reality. But with hope came the weight of responsibility. She knew she needed to rally her group once again. They had a chance to make the school a reality, but it would require every ounce of their passion and commitment. At their next meeting, Janelle shared the news. "We have an opportunity to work with the community center. They're willing to support us, but we need to come together and plan how we can utilize the space effectively." The room buzzed with excitement, and ideas filled the air like confetti. "How about after-school programs for kids struggling in math?" one parent suggested. "Or weekend workshops for arts and crafts," another chimed in. Every idea was another brick in the foundation of their school. Janelle felt the energy lift her spirits, reminding her of why she had embarked on this journey in the first place. Together, they crafted a plan, ensuring no child would be left behind. However, as the days grew longer, so did the pressure to finalize everything before the school year began. Janelle took a deep breath, grounding herself in the knowledge that she didn't have to carry this burden alone. With Elliot by her side and the parent group mobilizing, she began to believe that they could achieve this dream together. One evening, while finalizing plans at the community center, she noticed a small girl sitting quietly in a corner, coloring. Janelle approached her, her heart swelling with tenderness. "Hi there, what are you working on?" "It's a picture of a school," the girl replied, her eyes lighting up. "I want to be a teacher one day." Janelle knelt beside her, captivated. "That's wonderful. You will be an amazing teacher." "I want to teach kids who need help," she said earnestly. "Like you." Janelle felt her heart ache with emotion. "That's exactly what we were trying to do. You were already inspiring others just by drawing that picture." As the girl beamed, Janelle made a silent promise to herself. This was why she had started this journey, to ignite dreams in children, to provide a nurturing space where they could flourish. But the road ahead was still fraught with obstacles. Just when things seemed to be coming together, a setback emerged. The community center's funding fell through due to budget cuts. Janelle felt her heart plummet. How could they possibly move forward now? In a moment of despair, she confided in Elliot over coffee. "I thought we were on the right track. Now I am not sure how to keep this dream alive." Elliot leaned forward, his expression thoughtful. "This is a setback, Janelle, but you've faced challenges before. What is your next step?" Her heart raced. "I could reach out to local businesses, maybe start a crowdfunding campaign, but what if it fails?" "Then we try again. You've already inspired so many people. Don't let fear take control," Elliot encouraged, his voice steady and reassuring. "Remember, it takes resilience to turn dreams into reality." With renewed determination, Janelle organized a community fundraiser. The parents rallied, and they hosted a bake sale, art exhibition, and talent show. Everyone chipped in, showcasing their unique skills. The atmosphere was electric. Laughter and excitement filled the air, and Janelle felt her heart swell with pride. The day of the fundraiser arrived, and the community center buzzed with anticipation. As people gathered, Janelle stepped up to the microphone, her heart pounding. "Thank you all for being here today. This school is indeed just my dream at SR's. Together, we can create a place where every child feels valued and inspired." The crowd erupted in applause, their support palpable. Each contribution, big or small, felt like a vote for hope. After hours of laughter and joy, Janelle stood at the donation table, counting the funds raised. It was more than she had ever imagined. Exhausted but exhilarated, Janelle glanced around at the faces of her community. She could see the hope reflected in their eyes, the determination to create change. And at that moment, she knew they would succeed together. With Elliot's help, they secured a temporary space, and the school opened its doors. The first day was a whirlwind of excitement, the air thick with laughter and curiosity. Children poured in, eager to learn and grow. Janelle watched, her heart swelling as she realized this was only the beginning. As the weeks turned into months, the school blossomed. It became a hub of creativity where children thrived in a nurturing environment. Janelle felt grateful for every challenge they faced, knowing it had only strengthened their resolve. One evening, as she closed up the school, she spotted the little girl from the community center, her drawing still clutched in her hands. As Janelle tucked the last of the colorful art supplies into a drawer, she caught sight of the little girl, Ella, standing quietly at the entrance. The drawing she'd made at the community center, the picture of a skull adorned with bright colors and stick figures still clutched in her small hands. Janelle felt a warmth blossom in her chest as she approached the little artist. "Hey there, Ella." Janelle greeted, kneeling to meet her gaze. "That is a beautiful picture you have there. What do you love most about your school?" "I love that it has a playground," Ella exclaimed, her face lighting up. "And that everyone is nice." Janelle chuckled, her heart swelling. "A playground is important, but I think it is the kindness that makes a school special." Ella nodded vigorously. "Are you going to be my teacher?" Janelle's heart flooded at the notion. "I hope to be your teacher, Ella. I want to help you learn and grow. What do you want to learn when you read in my class?" "Everything," Ella declared, her eyes sparkling with enthusiasm. "But mostly how to draw better, and how to be a teacher one day like you." Janelle smiled, feeling the weight of her struggles lift just a little. "Then I promise to make sure you have the tools you need to become an amazing teacher." With that, she took a seat on a nearby bench, beckoning Ella to join her. They shared stories about their favorite books, the adventures they dreamed of, and the characters they admired. In those moments, Janelle remembered why she had embarked on this journey, the hope, the dreams, and the laughter of children. As the weeks rolled forward, the school flourished beyond her expectations. Parents volunteered for various committees, teachers, eager to be part of something transformative, began applying. Yet, amid this resurgence of hope, Janelle found herself grappling with unexpected challenges. Janelle, her friend and fellow parent, Laura, approached her one afternoon, concern etched on her face. "Have you seen the enrollment numbers? They read not what we anticipated." Janelle's stomach tightened. "What do you mean?" "We reach short on students," Laura said hesitantly. "If we don't hit a certain number by the end of the month, we may lose funding." Panic surged through Janelle. "But we're doing everything we can to promote the school. I've spoken at community events, and the parents are enthusiastic." "I know," Laura reassured her, "but we might need to reconsider our outreach. Maybe we can host an open house, invite families in for a tour, showcase what we offer." Janelle took a deep breath, fighting to keep her composure. "That is a great idea. We'll create an event that highlights our programs and all the opportunities for the kids." As she launched into planning mode, her determination fueled her. But as the open house approached, exhaustion began to settle into her bones like a heavy fog. Each evening, after long days of teaching, she found herself up late, finalizing details and preparing marketing materials. "Mommy, can we watch a movie tonight?" Mia asked one evening, her hopeful eyes pleading for attention. Janelle looked at her daughter, overwhelmed by guilt. "I am sorry, sweetie. I have to finish this before tomorrow. I promise we'll have a movie night this weekend." "Okay," Mia said quietly, retreating to her room. Janelle felt a pang of sadness, realizing that her children were bearing the brunt of her ambition. The sacrifices were beginning to weigh on her. But she pushed those thoughts aside, focusing on the open house, convinced it would change everything. The day arrived, and the school buzzed with energy. Banners hung around the entrance, children decorated the halls with their artwork, and parents set up tables filled with snacks. Janelle moved through the crowd, greeting everyone with a smile despite the anxiety gnawing at her insides. Janelle. Elliot's voice cut through her worries as he approached, his presence a comforting anchor. This looks amazing. I can already see the impact you'll be having. Thanks, Elliot, she replied, her heart lightening at his encouragement. I just hope it's enough. We really need families to enroll their kids. Elliot nodded thoughtfully. You've created something special here. Just be yourself and share your passion. The S will draw them in. Remember, it's about building connections. As parents and children began to trickle in, Janelle took Elliot's advice to heart. She moved from group to group, sharing her vision for a nurturing, inspiring learning environment. Gradually, the initial nervousness ebbed away, replaced by an infectious excitement. The evening unfolded beautifully. Families wandered through classrooms, marveling at the various programs and creative projects. Janelle spotted Ella and her mother in the art room, where kids were painting colorful murals on a large canvas. Look, Mommy, I made this, Ella exclaimed, holding up a painted sum with a big smile. That's incredible, sweetie, her mother beamed, and Janelle felt a surge of pride. As the event drew to a close, Janelle gathered everyone for a brief speech. Thank you all for being here tonight. I believe that every child deserves a chance to learn and thrive, and together we can build a community school that nurtures their dreams. The applause that followed was music to her ears. Parents approached her, expressing interest in enrolling their children, and Janelle's heart soared. But as the last families left, she overheard a conversation between two parents. I think it sounds great, but we need to see more results before we commit, one said carefully. Janelle's heart sank. She had poured everything into this dream, yet doubts lingered like shadows. Was she really capable of making this work? Could she secure the future she envisioned for the children and her own? Returning to her car after putting away some supplies, Janelle slumped into the driver's seat, fatigue washing over her. Just then, her phone buzzed a text from Laura. Janelle, we got 6 new enrollments today. People loved the open house. Tears prickled at the corners of her eyes. She had fought so hard, and though the struggle was far from over, this was a turning point. Maybe she was doing something right after all. The following weeks brought more hope. The enrollment numbers slowly climbed, and with each new student, Janelle felt a renewed sense of purpose. The community rallied around the school, contributing supplies, volunteering time, and sharing her vision with others. One afternoon, while sitting with a group of parents in a meeting, Laura spoke up. We need to plan a community event, a festival, something to showcase our school and our kids' talents. Janelle's heart raced at the idea. That's brilliant. We could have performances, art displays, and even invite local businesses to set up booths. Excitement buzzed through the room as ideas flowed. They discussed everything from food trucks to live music, and Janelle felt the energy push her forward. This was more than just a school, it was a gathering place, a hub for their dreams. As the festival approached, the days blurred into a whirlwind of activity. Janelle found herself wrapped up in preparations, but this time, her children were beside her, helping in any way they could. Can Alex and I help with the posters? Mia asked one evening, her enthusiasm infectious. Of course. Janelle smiled, handing them markers and colorful paper. You two can be my official marketing team. They worked together late into the night, laughter filling the air as they crafted creative signs and banners. In those moments, Janelle realized that she was not just building a school, she was instilling resilience, creativity, and a sense of community in her own children as well. The day of the festival arrived, and as Janelle stepped onto the school grounds, her heart swelled at the sight. Colorful banners waved in the breeze, children dashed about, laughter ringing out as families roamed, taking in the vibrant atmosphere. Mommy, look at my painting. Ella rushed over, holding up a canvas adorned with bright colors. It's amazing, Ella. Janelle praised, beaming with pride. You're going to be an incredible artist one day. The festival unfolded in joy, with performances, games, and smiles all around. Janelle moved from booth to booth, connecting with families and sharing her vision for the school's future. By the end of the day, she had collected numerous inquiries from parents eager to enroll their children. As dusk settled, Janelle looked around at the community that had grown around her vision. People mingled, their bonds strengthened by shared dreams and aspirations. And in that moment, Janelle understood that her journey had transformed not only her own life, but also the lives of countless others. With the school thriving and enrollment on the rise, Janelle felt a wave of gratitude wash over her. Despite the challenges and moments of doubt, they had triumphed together. Later, as she tucked her children into bed, Janelle whispered, "Thank you for believing in me. Together, we're rebuilding something amazing." Mia smiled sleepily. I think you're amazing, Mommy. And Janelle realized that it wasn't just her dream anymore. It was a collective. As autumn arrived, the leaves began to paint the city in shades of gold and crimson. Janelle stood in front of the school every morning, a gentle chill in the air, but warmth blossoming in her heart. Children, their laughter echoing like music, filled the hallways, each of them carrying a spark of potential that she had fought so hard to cultivate. Good morning, Miss Janelle, a chorus of voices sang out as the students rushed past her, eager to embrace the day. Janelle's eyes twinkled with joy. Each greeting felt like a victory, a reminder of the dream she had once thought was impossible. However, with success came new challenges. One afternoon, as she sat with Laura and a few other parents at a table cluttered with paperwork, Janelle noticed the furrowed brows and anxious glances. Janelle, Laura began tentatively, we need to discuss the budget for this semester. Our funds are tight, and we've had unexpected expenses. Janelle felt her heart sink. What do you mean? We've been doing well with enrollments. Yes, but we have to account for supplies, maintenance, and extracurricular activities, Laura explained. If we don't address this soon, we may have to cut some programs. Janelle's mind raced. What if we hold another fundraising event? The festival went so well, we could organize a talent show or a community cook-off. That's a great idea. One of the other parents chimed in, but Laura shook her head, her expression grave. We need to act fast. The holidays are coming, and people will be busy. Janelle bit her lip, the weight of responsibility pressing heavily on her shoulders. I can reach out to local businesses for donations. We've built good relationships since the festival. If we rally the community again, we can make this work. As the discussion continued, Janelle found herself filled with a renewed sense of determination. They had built something special together, and she refused to let it slip away. With a few ideas swirling in her mind, she felt a flicker of hope igniting within her. Let us meet tomorrow to brainstorm, she suggested. We can come up with a strategy to not only raise funds but also to engage the community. We'll make this school thrive, I promise you. After the meeting, Janelle headed home, her heart heavy but resolute. The drive was filled with thoughts of her children, Mia and Alex, who needed her to succeed. She pulled into the driveway and saw them playing in the yard, their laughter cutting through the darkness that threatened to creep in. Mommy, look at our fort! Alex shouted, waving her over. Janelle smiled through her worries as she joined them. It's amazing, you both are the best builders. Is it a castle? Yeah, and we were the kings and queens, Mia said, her eyes sparkling with delight. Janelle knelt beside them, hugging them tightly. In that moment, all her fears faded. You two are going to rule the kingdom of knowledge one day. Will you be our queen? Alex asked, his small voice full of sincerity. Always, Janelle replied, her heart swelling. Always. That night, as she tucked them into bed, Janelle's mind remained preoccupied. Mommy, are you okay? Mia murmured, sensing her unease. I am just thinking about how to make our school even better, Janelle said softly, brushing a strand of hair from her daughter's face. But I promise everything will be alright. Mia nodded, her eyes fluttering closed. You can do it, Mommy. I believe in you. Those words echoed in Janelle's heart as she lay awake later, staring at the ceiling. She recalled Elliot's belief in her, the way he had encouraged her to dream big and embrace her passion. She picked up her phone and texted him, Can we meet? I need your advice. The next morning, they sat in a cozy cafe, the aroma of fresh coffee wafting through the air. Janelle felt a sense of familiarity as she shared her concerns with Elliot. Janelle, you've already accomplished so much, he said, leaning forward, sincerity in his eyes. You've united families and created a nurturing environment, but I see you're overwhelmed. It is okay to ask for help. I just want to ensure this school thrives. I can't let the kids down, she confessed, her voice trembling. Ask the parents to help. You've built a community, and I want to see it succeed just as much as you do. Share the burden and let them be a part of this journey, he advised gently. Janelle considered his words as she sipped her coffee, feeling a flicker of clarity. You're right, I need to communicate openly with them. The following week, Janelle organized a meeting, and the atmosphere buzzed with anticipation. As the parents gathered, she felt a mix of nerves and excitement. Thank you for coming, she began, looking each of them in the eye. I want to be honest about our situation. Our budget is tighter than expected, and we need to come together to overcome this. A hush fell over the room as parents exchanged glances. What can we do? Laura asked, her voice steady. We could host a series of events, but I need your help, Janelle replied, her heart racing. Together, we can brainstorm ideas that not only raise funds but also engage our community. I can help organize the talent show, one parent volunteered eagerly. And I can reach out to local businesses for donations, another chimed in. Janelle felt tears prick her eyes at the outpouring of support. Thank you, this means the world to me, together we can make this happen. As they began to map out their plans, Janelle felt the weight on her shoulders lift. This mission wasn't just hers, it belonged to them all. The energy in the room crackled with enthusiasm, and they left the meeting with newfound hope and excitement. The weeks flew by as they organized events. Janelle coordinated with local businesses, and parents volunteered their time and resources. The community came alive with energy. A potluck, a talent show, and even a bake sale were all on the calendar. "Mommy, can I sing at the talent show?" Mia asked one night, her eyes wide with enthusiasm. "Of course, I can't wait to see you up there," Janelle replied, her heart swelling with pride. On the night of the talent show, the gymnasium buzzed with excitement. Families packed the seats, laughter and chatter filling the air. Janelle took the stage, her heart pounding. "Thank you all for being here tonight," she began, her voice steady. "This school is more than just a place for education, it is a community where our children can grow, dream, and thrive. Tonight, we celebrate their talents and the bonds we form." As the first act stepped onto the stage, Janelle felt a sense of belonging envelop her. One by one, children performed, their talent shining bright. And then it was Mia's turn. "Up next, we have Mia Thompson," Janelle announced, her heart swelling with pride. Mia stepped onto the stage, clutching the microphone nervously. "This song is for everyone who helps me learn," she said, her voice small but determined. As she sang, her sweet voice filled the room, and Janelle felt tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. The audience erupted into applause, and Janelle could hardly believe how far they had come together. By the end of the night, they had raised more funds than Janelle had anticipated. The energy was electric, and laughter echoed in the hallways. As families mingled, Janelle slipped outside to catch her breath. "Janelle," Laura's voice called out. "We did it, we raised enough to cover the budget shortfall." Janelle felt a rush of relief flood through her. "Thank you, Laura, I couldn't have done this without your support." As they embraced, the warmth of community surrounded them. Janelle realized how far they had come, not just as a school but as a family. That night, as she tucked Mia and Alex into bed, Janelle whispered, "You both inspire me every day. Together, we're making a difference." Mia smiled sleepily. "You re the best, Mommy." And in that moment, Janelle felt a sense of fulfillment wash over her. Each struggle, each moment of doubt had been worth it. They were not just building a school, they were nurturing dreams, fostering resilience, and igniting hope. As the seasons continued to change, Janelle stood at the forefront of a blossoming community. The school thrived, and so did she, each day a reminder of their shared strength, love, and determination. And as she looked into the faces of the children, Janelle knew that she would face whatever challenges came next, for together they were unstoppable.